2 warm-ups today. First one being before we do our push-ups. The second warm-up will be after our push-ups before we do our running. So your push-up warm-up is just gonna be 2 rounds, starting with 20 arm circles. So again, forward, really trying to be nice and big, get the chest stretched out, shoulders stretched out. After your 20 arm circles, down to the ground, 10 alternating shoulder taps, staying nice and smooth, driving that palm into the ground, keeping that core nice and tight. 2 times through that. We'll then go through our push-ups, and then after our push-ups before our running, we're gonna re-warm up, get the legs moving. It's gonna start with a 200-meter jog. So out, down to your corner, down to your spot, wherever you go from there. After that, 30 seconds of each station. The first one being that Samson. So lunge, lock the fingers together, reach, get that low back stretched out, give yourself a little twist if you need it. Go ahead, pop on up, and then just work the other side, working through. After that, Spider-Man lunges. So again, lunge forward, a little bit wider, hand comes down, try and get that elbow to the floor, stretch out that hip, turn, face that knee, pop back up, and switch, working through. From there, 30 seconds of knee grabs, so grabbing, squeezing for a second, switching legs. After your 30 seconds of knee grabs, 30 seconds of foot grabs or ankle grabs, wherever you're grabbing on your leg there. And then from there, getting a little bit faster, 30 seconds of high knees. After your 30 seconds of high knees, 30 seconds of butt kicks. All right, and then strength today. Working through those push-ups again, going back off the kind of numbers we used last week, plus also our 2-minute test that we used the week before. If you got over 20 in your 2-minute test, we want you to add like 1 to 3 push-ups per set. Again, it's gonna depend on how many you did during your test, how many you did during last week, and how they felt. If you got more than 15 in your test, go ahead and just add 1 push-up per set. That's still gonna give you like an extra 5 to 6 push-ups by the end of it, so we're still getting more volume, still working through some bigger sets. If we were at around 10, maybe a little bit under, add 1 push-up, maybe your first 2, 3 sets, and then for sets 4 and 5, go back to the number that you used last week. Again, just adding that minimal volume, still looking to add like 1 to 3% per set. If we stayed on our knees last week, maybe this week, maybe set 1, we're gonna try and do a little set from our feet, working through 1 or 2, continuing on sets 2 through 5 from our knees, or again, just adding a couple more reps, maybe working through some tempo stuff, some eccentric from our feet, popping back up. So a couple different things we can do. Again, if we're staying on our feet, core nice and tight, chest touches the floor, elbows are back into my sides, pressing back up. If we're working through that eccentric, nice little 2 to 3 second count down. From there, we can go ahead and get onto our knees and kind of pop back up, work through that eccentric down. Otherwise, staying on our knees, core still stays nice and tight, down and up. And then your conditioning today, simple, sweet running, some interval work every 3 minutes for 5 sets, working on a 400-meter run. If you feel that a 400-meter run for you will not be done in less than like 220, go ahead and scale down to a 300, potentially even a 200. Looking to start building on that pace again, working on maybe not mile pace, maybe a touch faster, but something that is repeatable, not something where it's a max effort sprint for that first 400 and then trying to hold on and not die for your next 4. Find a nice hard pace, work through it, try and keep rounds somewhere between 5 to 10 seconds within each other. And then mobility today, after those push-ups, getting through that door stretch again. So finding that spot along the wall, chest stretched out, hold for a minute. Like before, switching arms, holding for a minute. And then finishing off with some sit and reach. So all the way to the ground, just like our seated straddle, but this time feet are gonna be together. From there, if we can keep legs long and hamstrings in the floor and reach our toes, go ahead and stay there. If we can't quite reach our toes, feel free to bend your knees just a touch so we can reach even a little bit further. Stretch out those hamstrings, maybe holding for 30 seconds, and then trying to scoot those feet a little bit further away, holding for another 30, working to hold that full sit and reach for a full minute.